There you go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this king-size episode of the CNET Labscast. Joseph, thank you for being here.
Thank you
Julie,
for having me. Thank you.
You've probably heard this already, so I'm just going to remind everyone they're getting rid of the entire CNET Live lineup, including us. So this is the last Labscast show in its current format, but I'm still excited to have spent all this time with you guys. I think this is like episode 160-something altogether, since Joseph, Julie, and I started long before Scott and Ty worked here.
It's obvious who brought the ship down, Scott, Ty.
Yeah, who's the most recent addition here?
Just call me the Fonz.
But I guess we will, just have a regular show. We're going to talk about some stuff that's going on in the lab that we've been talking about, tell you how to keep in touch with us, and maybe talk about some fun stuff, some fun surprises. Joseph, you wanted to briefly introduce everybody for the final show. Why don't you go ahead and do that?
I just wanted to kind of, introduce myself. Hi, I'm Joseph Kaminsky, editor extraordinaire who writes very little and talks very much.
But also tests a lot?
No, just teasing. And to my right is...
Yeah, Julie Rivera, last show. Yeah.
And
All right.
I'm Ty Pendlebury. I think that's the first time I've introduced myself in this.
Yeah.
that was all fun at the last show.
There you go.
But let's not leave out our boy.
And you.
Time
what's your
capsule
name?
introductions. I'm Scott Stein, for those people several thousand years in the future that want to know who these human beings are that are talking on this video recording.
And Scott obviously got my memo this morning about wearing the button-up shirt with the V-neck sweater. The rest of you guys did not.
The farewell V-necks. That's what we said all weekend.
I wore the classic.
Oh, look at that!
Why are you wearing a Sydney 2000 t-shirt? Where the hell did that come from?
You've had it for a while.
Oh, I took it from your drawer. I slipped over the other night.
Actually, I bought a whole bunch of Sydney Olympics memorabilia, thinking it would be really valuable now. And I bought this sippy straw.
Oh, the twisty
Those
straw.
only go up in value.
the crazy
Right
straw.
here.
So, yeah, it didn't go up.
You know
in
what? Your
value.
headphones match your shirt.
Yeah,
I
look
was
at that.
Yeah.
color
People-
coordinating
he's in
today.
camo.
Saying that.
All right, before we get too far down the fun hole here, I do want to talk about the one thing that we did last week that actually is relevant to what we talk about, which is Scott brought up the good point. Starting back at CES, that laptops, which we're all sort of intimately involved with, he said with the next generation of Intel chips coming out and Windows 8 and all the other stuff, you'd be an idiot to buy a laptop now. I, of course, violently disagreed just for the sake of disagreeing, and we did a whole big debate on it, Scott, and we did a question and answer thing on the side, and we shot a video.
We did.
Who do you feel made the better case in that debate?
I saw more comments saying Team Scott.
I did. I also saw more comments saying Team Scott.
But in all fairness, like you said, you were taking a stance that maybe you even were talking about it was a tougher counterpoint to argue, because I think that that really the no-brainer right now would be that you wait, because Ivy Bridge, as everybody knows, if you've been reading CNET, and if you don't know, it's coming out anywhere from a month to several months down the line. Several months, and when that shows up in laptops, like you said, Dan, could flex out to some period of time, several months or maybe longer if you're waiting for one particular model. But it makes sense to wait if you're going to get certain gains on it. But you did make a good counterpoint that if you're not just thinking about blindly upgrading, there is logic to, in commodity devices like laptops, maybe you should wait a little.
My point was, what are you doing with your laptop?
You should go for it.
I know what Joey does with his laptop, but everybody else, you're on Facebook, you're on Twitter, you're watching Netflix. You're not doing anything that crazy.
Yeah.
You're not doing that thing where you can do distributed computing to help people put together different chemical molecule compounds.
Like folding home.
No, I disagree with you there.
You're
I
not doing
disagree with
folding
you.
at home.
I disagree, and I'm going to fight.
Yes, please.
I'm going to fight because I was
Bring
agreeing
it.
before. I don't think that's true. I think you're doing photo editing or you're consolidating
What
photo
laptop for the last
libraries.
2 years cannot do any photo editing that you want to do?
Well, my 2008 MacBook's having
That's
an
4
awfully
years
hard
ago.
time running its photo library in
Well,
iPhoto.
maybe you just gunked up your laptop over the course of 4 years.
I may have, but I think that people are also, with the amount of photos and video editing and that type of stuff, I do think that it can be done faster with newer models of laptops. So that's something to consider. But you're right. You're not rendering, graphics for Jurassic Park 4.
You're not doing upper.
Right.
Doing Titanic in 3D.
Yeah.
All right. I just have
Probably, but some people might. You know what? There are some people out there that are making the next Titanic on their own little video cameras and rendering stuff. And they're yelling at us right now.
in their
Going, you're
bathtub
dead to
in
me,
their home, right?
Labscast.
No,
Yeah.
I'm going to say
dead
on a
already.
lot of
You're
levels,
canned.
You can.
You're fired.
Last episode I ever listened to.
on a lot of points, Scott is correct. And if I were going to buy a new laptop, I'd probably wait a little bit too. But let me ask tie this, for example. Let's say your laptop catches fire, burns to a crisp. You're gonna
Or you spill, hypothetically, a bottle of wine on it.
and putting it in a plastic bag of uncooked rice doesn't fix it, which is what you do with wet gadgets because
really?
it soaks up the
Yeah,
moisture.
Ziploc bag with rice.
It didn't work
okay,
for
I've
my
got to try that. Yes, I did
So
have
you either
some
have
moisture
to
damage
wait
with
2 to
my-
3 months to buy a new one, or break down and get something new now, or the other case, be without a laptop for a while. Which would you choose?
This is exactly the predicament I'm in. That
What predicament?
my 4-year-old laptop has finally died, and
Ah.
I'm in a predicament in that.
Should have asked you for the article.
So
Yes.
essentially, I'm looking at either a tablet or a laptop. So I'm using just an old dinky, what are those horrible things that came out a few years ago that no one bought and then...
Furbies. No, people, people did buy Furbies.
Pikachu.
Those, I can't even remember.
are you
Before Ultrabooks.
Netbooks?
Netbooks.
Netbooks.
Yeah. So I'm using a netbook. It's like a, I don't know, 2 megahertz computer.
2
so I'm
megahertz.
using that at the moment. But yeah, I'm sort of trying to decide, should I get something like the Sony Tablet S, for example?
No.
No.
There's no. That's it.
Yeah.
It's easy. Done.
Either get an
don't get
iPad
it.
or get a laptop.
Whatever
Yeah,
the
well-
alternative
Yeah, it's all three
was,
of us.
get
No.
that.
Yeah.
I don't even know what your second choice is.
I don't get it
Just-
though. I don't get it.
That's easy.
First of all, we can't ask this question to anybody in the room because we all know we can easily be like, guys, can I hold on to a laptop for like a week or two till I make up my mind on what I want to get? It's hard for us.
That's true.
It's hard because I mean, come
Well,
on.
that's why I
that's
took
Julie,
the don't.
Julie,
so much.
what did Julie grab from the lab today? I mean, come on, this you'll see. Well, you won't see a different laptop next week because you won't see us next week.
No, exactly.
But if there were a show next week, it'd be a different laptop next week.
Aw.
Can't we have a spin-off? Like, what was that?
Is there a show after? Is there a show after the
Yeah.
Labscast
Not today.
No.
Not
No.
today.
We should
So
keep
I am
going.
so not listening to Academy.
new,
If you're done, you can get up. Julie will take over the seat. We're going. We're
Lou
going.
Grant.
You
We're
got
going.
stuff to do.
We're going. We're going. We're going.
That's what I was thinking. Lou Grant. We need to have a Lou
We're
Grant.
going. We're
spin-off.
going. We're going. You know, no crying Scott. No crying Ty. We're going. We're going. We're
Joe
going.
and Julie, you need your own spin-off show.
That's right.
Oh.
What were we talking about? Inside the mind of Julie, new CNET
Yes.
TV
Inside
show?
the mind of Julie,
Because
yes.
of what we were going through on
And I'll
Friday.
just act it
But
out
it needs to
behind
be. It have to be censored.
What are you?
God,
I'm
it
an
would be. That's the
imagination.
thing. There will be so much censored crap.
No, we will.
Beep, 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 beep. Okay, I'm sorry.
We'll
know what that
find
noise is.
fun stuff to do until they come up with a new series of shows. Maybe if you head over to our Facebook page, the CNET Labscast Facebook page, if we have something fun going on in the lab, we'll shoot a little video and we'll post it there. Or you can send questions into Joey and Julie. I'll make them answer on camera and post it there. What do you think of that? He's volunteering. He's into it.
And you guys can write in, email anybody here.
Uh-huh.
Would love to do man, woman on the street with Julie, where we take a gadget on the street and we just berate people with
And
crazy.
it gets stolen.
Maybe no, just even play
You
dumb.
should, you
Ask them
should.
how do you use this? How would you use? How
So
could
make
you
fun
use
of the
it?
audience.
Just-
That's the way to do it.
Or they could whatever. Just have fun with them. Just totally go out there. Hey, you come here. You have an iPad 1 or 2? Just I don't know. I think
Just random, yeah.
I think it'd be funny, like a tag team where her and I hit
Tag
the street.
team back
You know, we
then.
can even film the entire show right by Shake Shack. That line is so long. We could have different people all day, every day, entertaining us. Like, what phone is that you're using? Who are you texting? Is it your mother, or your girl, your baby mama, or your side chick? What's whatever.
I don't even know what that means.
All right.
How dirty are you with your text?
Well,
That's basically-
remember the quiz we used to do where we would ask you guys questions and you'd have to try to come up with the answer and win prizes and stuff. That's sort of like what the late night talk shows do when they do the man on the street. You know, the questions that nobody knows
I
the
think you
answers.
need your own. I think you'd have a
Game
great.
show.
Yeah, you should have your own
Game
game
show.
show
I see.
here.
All right.
Game
Yeah.
show.
We should just grab
Yeah,
random
he's-
people off the street.
he's smart.
Ackerman is definitely a game show host.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should take that in a good way or bad. But I will tell you, Joseph.
No, it's a compliment.
Ackerman is
because you're the-
definitely a game show host.
No, because you're the same, like all the. For people who don't know,
This is gonna get
this
worse.
is how Ackerman is all the time. When I first came in for my interview, before I came in for my interview,
Oh, yes,
I watched like a whole
we're telling
whole bunch
CNET
of
history
C-
stories. This
No,
is a nice
wait,
dialogue.
wait,
Like, this
wait,
is your
wait.
life.
I like
Before
this. I like
before I
this.
came in, no, I'm serious. I went online and I just started watching CNET videos,
I did it.
and I saw videos of Rich, and I saw video. I swore I knew Ackerman when I came in. I sat down, I saw Ackerman's videos. Ackerman was he spoke exactly the same. His animations were exact. He is no different. Do you even make love like that?
Yeah.
How are you doing today?
I don't even want it. Why? It
complaining about.
The final episode will burn into your brain forever.
Right.
We want to sear.
Oh, you know what, Joseph? I have something I'm going to burn into your brain right now. Do you recall, Joseph, during the early years of the show, I would occasionally at the end of the show hold up a copy of my old album,
Yes.
Tales Out of Night School, and
Yes.
point out that it was available on iTunes, Amazon, wherever you buy music online.
Is that how we're ending this?
No, I'm doing it now in the beginning of the show because, Joseph, I have a surprise for you. I'd like you to meet my new best friend, Joseph. This is The Futurist, my new album.
Oh, no.
I just got the
no.
first copies back, the first test copies back from the
Totally
CD
coincidentally.
mastering house, and it will actually be available on iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, Rdio, wherever you get music, within the next 4 to 6 weeks, because I am not important enough to have an actual release date.
And where's Scott
And
Stein's
Michael,
comedy album?
Michael, I already got you a
I'm
copy
gonna be
reserved.
producing a
Michael,
comedy
hit me up.
album once the Labscast is done, and we'll have to promote it on the next show.
If you really want a
Wonderful
copy,
album.
email Joseph and he'll get you a
I see
promo
that?
code. Okay.
I want to give an unboxing of the.
An unboxing.
First of all, I'm a little pissed the fact that I didn't get a dedication or
Look
a
at that-
thank you
look
in
at
this
that.
Did you
album.
play on any of the tracks?
I didn't have to. I am
Uh-huh.
your motivation. All right.
Baby, let me be your
That's true.
mother.
That's true. I'll
Thank
give you a
you.
shout out on stage.
Oh, it was nice.
On
nice,
stage.
Is,
What
is that nice
stage?
inside,
Nice
Scott?
images in
Thank
there.
you, Scott.
Look at that.
Oh, they didn't cut to you,
Look at
Scott,
that.
so they didn't see it.
And he-
Okay, well, I'm.
And he edited them all with a netbook.
Look at
in
that picture
Photoshop.
on the back.
Right. Okay.
Pensive.
Yeah.
Isn't that on his Facebook?
Do you have
page?
liner notes? No.
Well, just one-page liner notes. Just on the back, some credits. Anyway.
Not much to see.
Good, acapella right now, Dan.
Yeah, that's right. It's mostly instrumental. Well, you've been hearing one of the tracks as our Labscast, a remix of one of the tracks as our Labscast theme song. I played the original version at the top of the show today. I'll play some more on the way out.
That's a
So there you
tribute
go.
to
I
Pink
wanted to.
Floyd, the wall, the brick wall.
Before the show got too out of control, I want to throw in my final plug. Thank you, everybody, and of course,
It's not going to go out of control. It's fine. It's good. It's gravy.
you can keep up with all that stuff on Twitter and Facebook and my website danackerman.com.
Yeah, how many followers you have? How many subscribers you have on Facebook now?
Like 55,000.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Are you jealous? No.
Ty, we're good. Ty, good.
Scott was just saying that he's got 25 on his Facebook page.
25 or
Is that right?
25,000.
Is that in thousands, Scott?
It's no 29.
29
Oh, nice.
people.
Just 29.
29 people or
I call them
29,000?
the 29.
29. No, first of all, Scott's 29,
And
right?
we just we have meetings, tribunals.
Yeah.
No, I mean if you want to be the 30th, I welcome you today to go and check out the Scott Stein on Facebook and be number 30.
sign up.
Yeah, sign up, and
Nice.
you will get to your reward will be knowledge.
I find it hard to believe that Ackerman created that many alias Facebook accounts.
I don't believe you. I think you got onto something, or people thought that you were
Somebody
I don't know.
else?
It happens. So I remember that you flipped the switch early on, and I think you went to 30,000.
A couple months, yeah.
And I feel like it happened in like 2
No,
weeks.
that happened in like January. So between January and March, it went from like 30 to 55.
That's just.
But it was a
bizarre.
lot
How did
in a
that
short
happen?
period of time.
I'd
Not
like to
saying
think
that
I
you're
post
not,
good
you know,
stuff.
you're
No,
not deserving of all of this fame and adoration.
Tell us how you
but
really feel,
Yeah.
Ty. It's the last
It
show,
is-
man. Tell
It
us how
just
you
seems
really feel.
unprecedented. I wouldn't know of any other celebrity like that would happen to.
I don't
that
know. Like when
quickly.
Charlie Sheen joined the
Facebook?
Twitter, he
Maybe.
got 1 million followers right
Yeah.
away.
That's a heck of an analogy.
Hang on, I just want to respond.
You know, but it was amazing
in
when that happened.
in the chat room, I see some people pointing out that it's rather anachronistic of me to have an actual CD, which is true. I just did a handful of these for promotional purposes, and they'll be available exclusively through Amazon. But obviously, for most people, it's a digital download, which is why I said email Joe.
They'll be waiting in barbershops like the AOL CDs back in the day.
No, I'll be on the street in front of the subway station with a
Handing
guitar
them out.
out and a case, and the CDs will be in the case with a note saying like $10 CD.
It
They-
was
no,
train art.
Dan'll be up,
It's a
Dan'll
great
be
design.
uptown selling them out the trunk of his car before you know it.
Email Joey, and he'll send you a download code.
I'll send you a download
'Cause
code.
it's
But now
all,
listen, I don't want to go. Well, I don't want
We
to
got plenty
mention
of
some.
time.
I don't
It's
want to
only
mention some of my
2:15.
favorite sites, but I don't want to go to a TORRENT site and see Ackerman's album up there. All right.
Okay.
Ackerman needs his money so he can give me at least take me and Julie out to lunch.
That's
or something.
right. Oh, we should have had a big catered lunch for the last episode. I'm sorry. I
Can I
apologize.
share one thing with you?
No.
The premiere of a song
No, go ahead.
that I do used to make songs.
Okay.
Okay.
Will this play over my iPhone?
Are you
onto the
selling an?
microphone?
Are you have an album coming out too?
No,
Why
it's
don't you
just
make
an
it a bonus
example.
track
If you ever
on
want to
Ackerman's album?
know
It's too late. It's already pressed.
what my music sounds like, it sounds
Put
like
on
this.
the digital version.
Somebody points out. Is there a video to go along with that? Tell us what we're hearing.
This is a 1-minute song I made called Abraham Lincoln's a Magician.
And what year was this?
Lincoln is a musician.
This was from 2009, 2008.
What the?
Wow.
It's
No, wait.
like a found sound sort of thing.
This is all made with GarageBand, of course.
You know, I've never
no
used
actual
GarageBand.
musicianship. But this was.
This is very avant-garde. I like this.
Yeah, so that might be Giants-ish. It has only one line
Uh-huh.
of. No, actually, 3 lines of dialogue.
Is it about Abraham Lincoln being a magician?
Yes, it was based on something I heard in an LA restaurant.
Dude.
That sounds like something Alex would say.
It
It sounds like it should be like in the movie Flash Gordon.
It is very
The
soundtrack.
1979 Dino De Laurentiis version?
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
and then this is the only part that has dialogue.
This is awesome.
It's when Abraham Lincoln was a magician.
Okay.
Oh,
All right, dude. I have to bring this back.
Abraham Lincoln pulled papers out of his hat.
Rockets, man.
So many papers.
The other day. Rolling papers?
No. No.
And that's it. And
That's
then
the song.
my wife at the end saying
is here.
Abraham Lincoln was a magician.
If
It was
only you
some-
had thought to say he was a vampire hunter, you'd really be onto something now.
No, this
That's
all
it.
right. Here's a song. Here's a song
That
I'm
was
working
high,
on. All
like
right.
a
Here's a song.
4-year-old in a
Wait, wait,
restaurant
wait,
who
wait.
told me
Here's a
that.
song I'm working on. Okay, okay.
Degenerating
Here we go.
already.
Here we go. Here.
Get it? Get it?
Actually, I'm not working on it. That's what it is. Something nice for a change. It's
We
Mary
can't
J.
play,
Blige.
we can't play
We don't have rights to
copyrighted
that.
music on the show.
Oh no, I'm plugging it. It's the number
It
one.
doesn't matter. We can't play.
Oh, it's copyright.
That's why I
Yeah.
can't play music on the show. We don't have the right license.
That is the one thing I will
You
do.
can sue Dan Ackerman.
That's right.
You can't do it. We're gonna be taken off the air. We won't have another.
Oh,
That's right.
we take it off the air. Oh, wow.
If you do that.
All right.
Do you not? Oh, you weren't here, but initially, what we used to do to start
Oh, yeah,
for the
that's
introduction,
right.
We used to do mashups,
Yeah.
which were
Oh,
a
yeah.
whole bunch of current songs mashed up.
And then they
into
told us we
one.
couldn't do that anymore.
And they told so. Okay, so yeah, I was gonna bump with Mary, but that's all right.
Ah, man. So let's ask an actual technology question here.
ahead.
I thought of this morning, and I said if I just put a gun to your head,
Right.
hypothetically, because I would never actually
An
do that.
hypothetical
He's
gun.
putting a
Would
virtual
I?
gun to your head.
If I'd say Scott,
That shoots
what's the
bubbles.
greatest?
Bubbles.
What to you is the greatest gadget of all time? And you just had to go with your Rorschach test immediate answer. What would it be? Quick,
My
go!
mind is in the gutter.
The iPhone.
There you go. He says
what'd he say?
iPhone.
What?
iPhone.
Are you
Okay.
kidding me?
Well, that's a good. Okay.
Are
now,
you kidding
Tell me
me?
why you went with
iPhone.
that.
iPhone post App Store. Yeah.
Okay, change the world.
Why?
Change your world. Change the world.
Because to me it was the growth of what I would call like the deck as a computer, meaning like the cyberpunk idea of like something you carry by your side that is connected, that can do everything that you need in a pinch, and technically wouldn't need to carry a laptop or anything else with you, and you'd be able to get an amazing amount of things done.
That's
and that's
true.
basically what the iPhone and then all smartphones have turned into. I think that was
That's a good answer.
pretty amazing transformation.
All right, Ty, you said you had a choice.
I really
Also
don't
the
wanna
iPhone,
sound like
isn't it?
it is the iPhone, and I don't know if it would be the same if
Screw these guys.
I had I deliberated over whether I was going to get a Samsung or an iPhone, and at the time I went for iPhone because of the proprietary pin connector. Essentially, I was reviewing a lot of musical systems at the time, and so that meant I could carry a lot of uncompressed music with me. And music is very important to me. So in that respect, I listen to lots of music. I play games. It's not that great as a phone or even as a like texting device. It's pretty terrible. But to do everything, it basically is
All in
with
one.
you all the time.
See, you guys,
so
you guys on some different.
That's a
stuff,
good
man.
listen.
And
we
I
have
couldn't
two
do
votes
that.
for the iPhone.
I'm not. Listen, I'm not
Let me
going
hear.
down that.
Let me
shit.
hear, Joe.
Me?
Yes.
It's
the iPad
this
is it?
thing.
No, it's not. It's not even. Forget the iPad. It's my TV home theater.
Okay.
Hell yes. My relaxed time. I watch.
Lean
my
into the mic,
sport-
Joseph.
I watch my sports on it. I can blast music on it. You guys are on this work thing. I don't know what's wrong with you people. Not me. I want to be disconnected. I go home. I want to go home. Maybe my son wants to watch The Lion King or whatever. We just zone out. We kick back, popcorn, movies. It brings people together.
the big
It's
screen
the ultimate-
TV.
the big screen TV with the
But-
surround
Oh,
sound,
I
the
see.
home theater, the whole
Okay.
home
Yeah.
theater, kit and caboodle. It brings families together, brings people together. It drowns out your noisy neighbors. It's the ultimate. Come on,
You are the
people,
noisy
come
neighbor
on.
then.
I am the noisy neighbor. Yes.
Yells louder.
Noisy neighbor.
My
noisy
neighbors have
cube
heels.
mate,
They walk
cube
upstairs
mate.
and I heels, so I base
What
them
is
out.
this?
I'm selfish. I don't share. I don't share with people. I like a personal device.
You're
I
a
can-
dad, man. You're a dad. Of course, you're unselfish now.
Home
he
theater's
said he's
fair.
selfish.
All right, so
I
we
know
have,
you have to be unselfish. You're a dad now. You can't be selfish.
we have one iPhone, a second iPhone, a big
Oh,
screen
Julie.
TV surround sound. Julie, I know this is a
I'm
bit
her
of a
one
shock
device
question.
you can't live without.
And it's
What-
not mechanical.
what's it gonna be?
Yeah, exactly. And it doesn't go.
What's it gonna be, Julie?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I
Joe,
try to
Joe.
stay disconnected as possible. I don't have tablets. I have my phone. I think that's pretty much the
What sort of
thing
phone?
that I have. I have
But
the
not even that
Incredible.
you
I
have
still have the
personally, just
Incredible.
Okay.
historically, what's the most important gadget?
I don't know, man. Seriously, for me right now, I guess it's my phone.
Comes and goes.
But
It could be something else the next day.
yeah, exactly.
All
So
right.
I don't play favorites on that. So that's just how it goes. And my
That's a typical
entertainment-
Julie response. I like
Yeah,
that.
it's, my entertainment
Typical
system, of
Julie
course, in my bedroom and stuff.
Well, it is. It's sort of re-examining the question and looking at it from a different way, not answering it like straight ahead, like you predictable guys all did.
Yeah.
All right.
You're
Okay.
bored.
Are you ready now? I thought about saying the iPad because it's just is so darn useful. It's changed my life in so many ways. But then I thought back and I said, what else has changed my life and many generations of people's lives? So I said, I know. This is the most important gadget of all
Yes, I
time.
do.
Here it is, boys. The Atari 2600.
But
What
nobody put a gun to
thing-
your
Oh, the
head.
one you
That's a
stole from the
that's
lab?
a premeditated
No.
answer you
I
gave.
got to tell you,
yeah.
That's
I
a
was going to
deep
say,
thought.
I was going to say the iPad up until 5 minutes before I walked in here. When I walked by the lab and I saw this sitting there,
So you've
with it,
had at
and I
least
said-
5 minutes to think about this.
Well, I did come up with the question, so obviously I did think
All
about
right.
it as I thought of the question, as
And
it
you
went through
grabbed
my
a-
mind.
all right.
So think about it. How much time do we spend on games and game-related things, whether it's on our consoles, on our phones, on tablets? How many generations of people have been influenced and have been goaded into becoming high-tech entrepreneurs and game makers and creative people because they had an Atari 2600? I bet it's millions and millions of people around the world.
And
So
by
this
the way,
is my
that's an
vote.
original. That is an original
is.
Atari 2600.
This is not the Sears Game Master knockoff
Yeah.
that I had when I was a kid.
That thing is older than you guys.
It's not
me.
older than me.
Not you. Not all of you. but not
I'm going to
me.
confiscate your iPad. Did you know that?
For
Joey?
what?
So there
How
you
did
go.
you
Oh,
not
what's
list that
in it?
as
Look
your
at
most
that.
influential piece of
Look at
tech
that.
when
Chat
it's
on
always
that.
in your hands?
Space Invaders. Look at that.
What
I don't
the
have it
hell?
in my hands as much as that. You know what? Okay, if I'm gonna think about it for a few moments, then my answer.
Okay,
my
now
second
Scott's
answer.
changing his answer.
Uh-oh.
This is thinking about it for a bit.
Go right ahead. That's what we're here for.
Because I thought about this the moment I said it. Is that the one that really changed my life growing up was the Game Boy.
Now, of course.
Because
The black and white.
that blew
Well,
my
the original,
mind.
yeah.
It blew my mind that you could take that outside the home, that I could go to summer camp, and suddenly I could be in my bunk and take some video games with me into like the woods, and the battery life.
Woods.
The battery life. Yeah, into the woods.
Then the masked
Okay.
killer comes.
No, because bunks, like you're like playing soccer, or you're supposed to be playing soccer. I'm sitting by the side playing games, but like places where you don't have an electrical outlet where you can't normally set that stuff up. Before it was like books and puzzles. So
Yeah, that's true. You really did not have on-the-go technology that regular people could have before that.
I'll
Totally
blow,
You
true.
had
I'll blow
Game
your
and
mind.
Watch.
I
Game and
remember-
Watch was
I
it.
remember, and I loved the hell out of this.
Oh, the Game and
My
Watch.
Sony Watchman.
Oh, yeah.
I had the black and
You
white
had the
Sony
Watchman.
Watchman. Yes.
I had a
I've
Casio
been rolling with
knockoff.
Sony for a long time.
But
Yeah,
that
the Casio knockoff.
the battery life on that Game Boy and how good it was.
Oh, yeah.
I think that laid the groundwork for something like I think of like the iPad, and I think of like it having that level of
Castlevania.
the way you don't have to worry about battery life. Like you could put batteries in that Game Boy, and you'd be good for I don't know a long time.
Oh wow, yeah.
A whole summer.
like
Ty,
a
what was your
Kindle.
favorite tech? A kangaroo
Kangaroo.
or koala bear?
Stop it.
A dingo.
No,
Stop it! Don't! You're hurting. I can't defend myself.
Obviously, I love Australia.
Yeah. Was that an accident that you're just wearing that shirt?
I wore it because I wanted to wear this hat.
Oh, okay. You're
And it
coordinating
wore
like I am
Yeah,
with my
exactly.
headphones.
Wanted to wear the hat, and then then I got the black and blue.
Nobody can
Ah.
hear you from back there, Jess.
It is the same
They don't
color
have-
blue.
They don't have to hear me; they can see me.
Yeah.
I'm bright.
So what are we going to do in the post-podcast world to fill our days? Do you have any big
We're gonna have
projects
to work
coming
now.
up? I know.
We're gonna have to
well,
work.
Well, Joe's got a big project coming up that I'm very excited about.
Yeah.
We're not quite ready to pull the wraps off it yet, but we're developing some new battery life tests for phones. And I think that we've made some big breakthroughs, and I think it's going to be really cool to be able to give people objective data rather than just, I used it for a while and this is how long it lasted.
Oh yeah.
So look
Got
for
it.
that. And you've been doing a bang up job on development on that.
Yes. Well, fortunately, it's got some very helpful guys.
You brought in help from
overseas.
all over the company.
Yes, I got help from around the world.
That's true. True. And we'll continue testing more laptops and desktops and other things.
Aw.
Well, no,
Sweet, isn't it?
it's actually it's just me teasing the chat room. They loved you like, Julie.
Creepy.
It's when Harry met Sally.
And we won't see each other for another.
Another 7 years.
You got to give the people what they want.
Anything
right?
exciting going on in the TV testing realm, Ty?
I'm sorry. Look at the
Let's
camera.
see.
Wait,
we
don't
just,
speak. Wait.
What?
Wait for the camera. Wait for it. Wait for it. Okay.
I'm going to wait now. I'm going to make you wait to listen to my answer. Well, we've had an 80-inch television, which was okay. We're just starting to get a whole bunch of TVs in now. We've got the Sony HX 750, which is the second best TV that they'll release this year.
Okay.
Which wasn't very good. I'm actually a bit... I don't know what's going to happen with Sony this year. If their second best TV isn't that great, what's the rest of their line going to be like?
Well, what
Because
about-
essentially it's like $600 more than its competition.
Okay.
And not as good.
Huh. Now, what happens in the fall when those OLED TVs come out? Is that just going to knock everyone else back?
I don't think so. I think it's going to be a real niche sort of product in that they'll ship probably less than, I'm guessing 10,000 TVs
Okay.
between them.
Because they'll be like,
into
what,
North
6 or
America.
7 grand?
Yeah, yes.
Still,
Up
it's
to
pretty awesome.
$10,000. And that's what...
It's Ty within a
Wow.
tie.
Don't blame it on the sunshine. We're going to get all these sort of video feedback
I know,
effects
really.
going on here. So yeah, essentially this is an
Caught-
interesting
you
year for
caught Ty in a
television.
time vortex.
So Sony's sort of taking a year off, I think, but you're seeing the rise of the Koreans. You're seeing the LG and Samsung really showing their technical dominance with the OLEDs. So it's going to be very interesting. So look forward
Is that
to...
going to be every TV within 5 years?
I think so. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. That's going to be the next screen technology. So, and we've seen, it from the Vita to that headset
Yep.
thing has OLEDs in it. The Samsung Galaxy S2 has
Yep.
OLEDs. Pretty much any screen that it's appeared in has been really good. Although I know that you, Scott, had some problems with the actual Vita screen and that it looked like some sort of weird black level thing going on.
Yeah, it was something very odd that I found, and we found it in another Vita screen in the office, which
Actually,
was
wait for
I'm
me
a
to put
kind
the
of a
camera on,
perfectionist, and well, you can still hear me. and when it looks bright and crisp, and the contrast levels are incredible, but if you have an instance where the screen goes to perfect dark, perfect black, I found that once your eyes adjusted, I saw sort of a slightly mottled pattern when I was in darkness. And I'd see something that looked like a muddy mottled, and I wondered if it was like
Bad compression or the
burn-in or
screen.
compression or something. And
I feel like I've seen that too.
And it turns out that I think you were saying, or somebody was saying, that it may be a layer that was put on the OLED because it's consistent each time. Whatever it is, it only shows up in that one condition. I swear, even if you have the white P logo for the Vita appearing on a black screen, your eyes adjust and you don't see that pattern anymore. So it's very, very rare. In Netflix, I saw it sometimes with low lighting, with darker scenes.
Because it was different between different Vitas, right? There was a
Yes.
different pattern. It wasn't a consistent thing.
And it looked consistent on mine, but it was consistent on somebody else's in a different pattern. So I don't know. If you want to look at your Vita, if you have one in the dark and look at a black screen, see if that shows up. But it is a very specific one instance thing like that. It's not when if I played any game, it never showed up. I don't know.
I think that's a big turning point. That's how I know I think I've changed with video games. I've actually had a Vita sit in my bag for like a month.
And?
Played it like 3 times.
Haven't played
or
it.
something.
Never took it out at home.
Yeah.
Oh, no?
Never. It's still in the same charge.
Well, I think it's because we have it's probably uncharged by now.
No, it's probably
It
still
retains
charged.
charge well.
Oh, okay. But yeah, we have less time. I think I play like 1 or 2 games at a time now instead of like 4 or 5. Like it's
Yeah.
just Mass Effect 3 and like draw something.
Right.
And yeah, what are you playing now, Ty?
Draw
Anything?
something.
Draw
Yeah.
something? Okay.
I love that game so much.
Any home
I just
console games?
No, I'm playing lots of Battlefield 3 on both PS3 and
Ah,
PC.
okay.
So
Well, there you
I
go.
love that game.
Scott?
I love Zuma on the iPad. I was
Yeah.
waiting for that forever, and it's like crack. Angry Birds Space is fun, although
That
I'm
is
playing.
good.
I went back to the basics with that. I'm still a huge fan of Kingdom Rush.
I
That
don't know
tower
that one.
defense game is I got someone else hooked on that. Is the hardest, simplest little tower defense thing. I never care about like swords and shields, but it's incredibly. I play those simple addictive games and like a board game or two, but I find it hard to get into even on the iPad. Anything, even like Infinity Blade,
Which is 99 cents, right?
yeah, the original.
99 cents.
But you know, I just find that anything that starts requiring reflexes and timing and proper positioning, I want to get lazy and simple and just tap tap tap, and not have to worry about timing too much. So I go
All
to
right,
those.
I'm sorry. We have a request in the chat room. Dan, they
Yes.
want you to take off your glasses. They want to see
See
Darth Vader without the mask.
mask.
Go ahead, Dan. Take it off. The Man of Steel.
Now
Dan
I
of
can't
Steel.
see anything. I can't see any of you. I don't know where I
Well,
am.
the only good-looking people
I've
look at it over
already-
here anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I see two good-looking blurs over here, and two reasonably acceptably looking blurs over on this side.
It's the beards. If we shaved off the beards,
Oh, it's true.
we'd
Yeah,
look
yeah,
a lot
I
better.
shaved, and only Joseph noticed I got a new haircut this
I
weekend.
did notice your haircut.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Well, it's the same haircut I get every 4 months. But only Joey comes up to me and says, "Oh, I saw that." All right. We've obviously dallied enough.
By no means have we dallied enough. Please allow me to dally or dangle a little longer.
I would like to point out that if you've enjoyed our 165-ish episode run, or you just like Julie or Joseph or Ty or Scott or myself personally or whatever, you can continue to see what we're up to at the CNET Labscast Facebook page, which we'll maintain.
You know what? I'd like to go back to the Digital City podcast page.
Or we'll go back to that one. We'll
I'm
put
just saying,
stuff on both. How about that?
It has a larger following, so it's a lot easier to get
I
the
gotta
word
change
out
the
over
name
there.
on that. So
I
it's
don't
something
think you
that's
can change the
easier.
name, though.
Well, because the one it's on Facebook, you gotta have like something is Facebook / something. We don't have that for that one. We could set that up, or you could follow us on Twitter. Scott's at Jet Scott. I'm at Dan Ackerman. Ty is at.
Ty Pendlebury.
Did you change that? Was it just
It
T
was
originally?
T Pendlebury, now it's Ty Pendlebury.
Okay, good. And these two guys over here have yet to get on the Twitter wagon, but someday they will. Or we'll just set up
Probably
fake
not.
accounts for them. I have a bounty for the first person who
You
sets
know
up
what?
a Joey the Lab
I feel like I'm
guy.
in the newlywed game. Go ahead, man.
What's the strangest
on.
place that you? No.
Were you made
better
whoopee? Were you made whoopee?
You better get this.
All the time.
Remember, no hints now. He's even holding the thing in his hand.
On the
No.
sofa.
What? You know we like to do it on the roof.
God.
Raindrops keep falling on my head.
All right. Any final thoughts or comments?
Yeah,
for the
my
fine
final thought
folks
is
out
where
there?
are we going? We're not going anywhere, man.
I guess we'll go out to lunch or something, or we'll go out for a
It's
drink later.
occupied podcast room.
we're not going. We're not leaving. We're staying here forever
We're
and ever.
out of technology.
We're going to
topics
tie
going
up
out.
all of CNET's bandwidth. We're
4-hour
staying in here all
podcast.
day.
I
We're
will
going to
point
set a
out.
podcasting record. What's the longest podcast ever?
I'll tell you, the longest podcast I've ever been able to watch is about 7 minutes before I go. I got to do something else with my day.
I want this to take 2 hours to encode. Let's keep going.
That's right. That's right. Oh, it'll take 2 hours anyway. So keep on keeping on. Of course, The Futurist will be available soon, within the next 4 or so weeks. So keep an eye out for that. Joey will send you a download code if you really want it. And I think you guys have been great. I've had a lot of fun doing this, and I'm
Come
sure
on,
we'll
man,
be back doing something else very
Well, let's
shortly.
say shout outs to all our people, man.
yes?
Yeah,
Let's hear some
thanks,
shout-outs.
Like,
thanks
you
to
know,
the chat room for,
chat room, you know,
for
like,
hanging
come on,
with
love
us,
the
for
chat
sure.
Yeah, all of you guys.
Spike, the guy that should get a check from CNET that doesn't. Harry for attempting to play this guy in Madden and never getting around to it. Michael, who actually listens to Dan's album
and pimps it for him.
and he
too.
does,
So
he does
yes.
he does pimp it very well.
Yeah.
Happy Hank, Julie's #1 fan. I'm surprised he hasn't set up a page for you, Julie, by now. And of course, Curtis likes Julie. Of course, there are a few other people. Let me see. I can go through the list here. Flutter guy. Guys, you got to keep. If you want me to shout you out, you got to come up here quicker. No?
That's right.
And my
But I
friends
mean,
who
no.
are listening, David Say, who actually popped on as a guest on the podcast once and has been listening for a while.
Oh, you're
There you
fine.
go. I said your name, Dave.
Syke, who was just up here from Australia visiting. Definitely can't
Oh,
leave
yeah.
out Uncle Henry. Can't
Uncle
leave out
Henry,
Uncle Henry.
yes.
Love you, Uncle Henry. Thank you for following us because I know it's hard. Guys, if I missed any of you, I'm sorry. I'm just holding my iPad in front of me and spinning off the top of my
Yeah,
head.
the
but
dedicated fans have been great.
really appreciate all your support. I mean, you guys are the constant 30 people that I see in the chat room. You're probably the 30 people that follow Scott. You're probably 30.
You are my-
You're probably
you are
30
my-
of the actual real people that are the 55,000 that follow.
You're the
Action.
29.
But those are 30 power users, man. Okay, because they're here every week, and I love that.
You're my guardian angels.
You guys are the
29
wing,
of you.
the wind
The
beneath
wind
my
beneath my
wings,
wings.
right? The wind beneath my wings.
I want to see if the number went up since I started this. Maybe we've already hit 30. But that could take another good
based
20
on-
It's
minutes.
like a telethon, isn't it?
We're not going to
It
stop the
is.
podcast
Give-
until
give-
Scott hits 40.
give
40
your likes.
followers. When
So
Scott
that
hits
Scott
40,
can
that's when the
go.
But
podcast is over.
we are going to have lots more content coming soon. So none of us are really going anywhere. You'll be seeing a lot of shows that we're in and stuff and on CNET. So it'll be
Oh, and Tech Guy likes Julie as well. He says she's eye candy.
All right. Well, there you go. So continue the conversation.
I only
on
have
the,
24.
Facebook.
24. I lost 4. I lost 5.
The course of this podcast.
I have 24.
They're just saying, shut. Give us the
Wow.
damn phone number already so I can make a donation.
They
That's
went
all
to
they're
my
saying.
dummy
No.
account. Sorry, they went to my dummy account. That's
24.
why.
Oh,
Those
too
five-
funny.
I'm
those
glad
five
I-
went to my dummy
I'm glad you decided to not
Please,
subscribe.
please, friend Scott. He's a very friendly guy. He's very lovable.
Just subscribe. I don't want to be your friend. Just subscribe.
Yeah, that'll get them.
He looks like he's tearing up.
That's it. You,
And,
He's getting emotional.
you guys
about
promote people through the entire closing song. Good job.
it. Yay!
Yeah.
You played music behind our back? I had no headphones
No,
on.
under your dedication.
still
it was,
live,
it was
though,
actually
right?
very nice. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Love songs and dedication.
It's a good way.
Shirts
to
and
fit in.
skin. So shirt, skin, shirt, skin.
What the hell does that mean? Does that
Chat
mean
room
take off
says
our
shirt,
clothes
skin
off?
because I said that last week. We should go topless. And they said shirt
no
versus
one
I
wants
skin.
to
don't.
see
I
that.
don't, I
So
don't
say
recall
shirt,
that
skin,
part of the
shirt.
episode.
Dude, you must have deleted it because I know I said it.
I haven't been on in a few, so I don't know. We've been playing sports, I guess.
Well, we're just going to leave it on Julie for the remainder of the show because we know that's the only person you guys want to see. I just happen to be lucky enough to be sitting next to her, so I'll be in the shot too. Here it goes.
Hey guys, I'm just gonna hang over here.
Oh. See, Scott, that's why you only have 29
I get to look over
followers.
here.
You gotta
Oh,
come over
right,
here, Scott. You gotta
right,
come over
I'll
here.
All right.
We're doing a podcast from behind Julie.
Yay.
Everybody. Okay, now that's enough love.
Good night, Australia.